Greetings, humanity, and welcome to Channel Other Doc. I am Jim, I use he, him pronouns, and this is our short campaign of Blades in the Dark. This is a fantasy game by John Harper about a crew of shady characters operating in a haunted industrial-era city that sits under a blanket of perpetual night. We're going to go ahead and go around and say hi to the folks we have with us today, find out who they are and who they're playing, and start with Speedy. Hello!
Hello, I am Speedy, and I am playing as our Lurk in this campaign, a fellow by the name of Grift, they, he pronouns, for both me and them.
Excellent. And now we will head over to Hollow. Hello.
Hello, I'm Hollow. I use he, him pronouns, and I am playing Thistle, our cutter, who also uses he, him pronouns.
Excellent. Again, unfortunately, Noctua could not be with us this evening. Wish her all the best. Hopefully she will be able to be back next time. This evening, I'm currently playing Professor Sharkey, the Leech, who also uses he, him pronouns. And now before I hand things over to our GM, you may see us use safety tools from time to time, like we do with the other games on this channel. We're going to be using the X card, the N card, and the O card. If we hit something that's crossing a line for one of us, any of us can type an X in the Zoom video chat or anywhere else, or hold up a card, make an X symbol, and we'll back up and do something else. If something happens that we're okay having in the game, but we don't want a graphic description of it, we can type an N in the Zoom chat, and we'll fade to black on it or put it behind a veil, so it'll be there, but we won't go into detail. Finally, if we're exploring a topic or an area of roleplay that's particularly intense for us, but we want to keep going anyway, we can put an O in the chat to let us know that we're okay and that we're all good to keep piling on the drama. Something else we can do is put an O with a question mark after it when we're moving into a difficult topic, or we say or we do something and then think, maybe that might have been a little too much. Then everyone else can respond to that again with an X, an N, or an O to let us know if we're still doing okay. We're also using the pause. If any of us needs to take some time, we can ask for a pause in the game while we discuss things, or just take a break for as long as anyone needs. As a reminder, just a few content warnings. This game may contain references to violence, darkness, law enforcement, crime, betrayal, deceit, and the supernatural. If you're watching live on Twitch, you can type Blades, exclamation point, Blades CW in the chat if you want to see that at any time. And that will regularly be on rotation, so that'll pop up. Let's see. Also, please remember that we have an open door policy, which means that any of us and any of you can feel free to step away from this at any time if we need to. It is just a game, and mental health is always more important. And so now I shall hand things over to our GM, Brian. Hello.
Hello, I'm Brian. My pronouns are he, him. And when we left off last time, we had just finished a score. And that means it is now time to do downtime stuff. So first thing we do at downtime is the payoff. And the Hive had asked you to go figure out what was going on with the church. You did. And you also definitely messed up their ability to do whatever surveillance nonsense they were doing. So the Hive has paid you 7 coin for this because they are grateful. However, one of those coins goes to Asperia. So you come out of this net gain 6 coin, which means you have, as a crew, currently 10 coin. And I will remind you, you may, as a crew, only keep 4 of those coins because you don't have a vault yet. But if you, so you can spend it during downtime on various things. If you need reminders on what you can spend it on, let me know. Also, if you have any left over beyond the 4 that you can keep as a crew, you can split it up amongst yourselves. So, I'll remind everybody because also, we need to figure out what your crew upgrade or new special ability is. So, because you filled up your crew XP track, you can do either 2 upgrades or 1 new special ability. And as a reminder, your upgrades, all of that's on your character sheet. If you want more details, you can go over to the docs. However, if you click on the little arrows beside each thing, each of the upgrades, it will give you the basics. But if you need more information, I can direct you on how to get more stuff. So And I say 2 upgrades. What I mean is 2 upgrade boxes. So, for example, you can Vault is not. If you look at Vault on your character sheet, Vault isn't a 2-box um, upgrade. It is 1 box per 4 coin, I think, that you can
Yeah.
stick to the Vault.
The first vault is 4 coins. The second vault is an extra 8.
Oh wow, okay, that's even better. All right, so and so look over those also while we're going through this, and we can at some point during the downtime phase, we will also discuss what your advancement's going to be. I have marked on my sheet right now that you've currently got 10 coin, and we'll figure out what to do with that in a minute. But next, let's check on heat. This was not catastrophically loud, but it was. I don't think we can reasonably call it contained, given that it definitely turned into what was kind of a high-speed
Ghost parade.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's very concise. I think it was kind of a ghost parade, which means even if people didn't notice who was doing it, the fact that it happened got noticed. So we're going to call that 4 heat, which I will mark on your sheet. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And you don't get a wanted tag until you fill up your heat. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 5 more before that happens. But also, I'll remind you, one of the possible downtime activities is reduce heat. So if any of you are interested in that, you can definitely go that route. Okay, so that's heat. What is next? Entanglements is what's next. And because you are slippery, I will roll entanglements twice, and you get to choose which one it is that you want. Your heat is 4, which means we roll on the second table. Your wanted level, though, is still 0. So the first thing that we do is we roll on the heat 4 to 5 table, and that's just a single die. So let me get over and do that. All right. Here we go.
If we want to just to keep track of coin for the time being, we can put 4 in the crew sheet and 2 on each of us. And
okay, and that's fine. And the crew sheet still has 4 on it. So,
okay.
So yeah, if you want to do that, if each of you wants to stick a couple of coin on your sheet, that's a good way to do it.
Okay.
And all right, so I rolled a 3. Let's see what a 3 is. Gang trouble or questioning. But I get to roll twice. All right. Oh, nope, I rolled it wrong. Hang on, sorry about that. Get over here. Okay, we can make it. Let's do a fortune roll.
We're gonna be fine, guys. No one hurt us.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll twice and see what we get for each fortune roll. All right, so it's either a 2 or a 3. So I think that's still. I think once again we managed to roll the same thing. Let me double check. Yeah. So sorry, it's gang trouble or questioning. All right. However, because you get to choose, I will let you choose which one it is. Oh nope, sorry, it's going to be questioning. You don't have a gang. Never mind. All right. So questioning, and this actually does kind of fit with the fiction of the last thing. I will read this. The Bluecoats grab an NPC member of your crew or one of the crew's contacts to question them about your crimes. Who do the Bluecoats think is most vulnerable? So one of you can choose one of your contacts to be leaned on by the Bluecoats. And either you can pay them off with 2 coin, or I can make a fortune roll and see how much they talk, and that will add to your heat potentially.
Okay.
Actually, no. Definitely no. Never mind. You have a 1 in 6 chance for it not to add to your heat.
Okay. I mean, of our contacts, who's most likely? Like, I mean, feels kind of like Adelaide is getting a little bit of heat.
Well,
Or-
actually, yeah, that's a good one.
I guess there's the we had the NPC whisper with us.
True. That's definitely an option.
Yeah.
They could have leaned on. They could have leaned on Asperia.
Asperia.
Yeah.
Possibly. My friend contact is an apothecary.
Oh
So I
yeah.
don't know. They might go after. It occurs to me they might be more likely to go after her than after a noble, but at the same time, it just sort of depends sort of what we're feeling.
That's true. I actually kind of like the idea that Asperia was. She was definitely on top of that carriage,
Yeah.
and at one point, like she literally made a lot of noise. So I kind of like the idea that she was seen at the scene, and yeah, they don't know that she was doing anything wrong, but they've brought her in to question her. That'll work.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, she was seen on top of a cab, surrounded by ghosts, with a spirit warden, because that's what I disguised.
Oh my gosh, that's absolutely right. At that point, you looked like a spirit warden and a cabbie, for that matter.
Yeah, that's true.
So, all right,
Yeah, that's pretty damning.
all right, fair enough. So, are we paying the blue coats off, or are we doing the fortune roll? I will let you know what the possible consequences are. If I roll a 1 to 3, you get +2 heat. If I roll a 4 to 5, you get +1. If I roll a 6, you get no heat.
What's a little heat between friends?
Oh my god.
I will also remind you currently have 4. So.
5, 6.
We're
Oh, dear.
fine.
I don't know. I'm okay with spending the money, but if we feel like we'd like to tempt the heat, I'm good with that too, because I do feel as though we deserve the heat after last time.
I also feel like narratively, you know, how quickly could we get to the cops to pay them off?
Yeah, and you know, just based on the impression that I got of Asperia, like, I don't think she would talk.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like, so I feel like I wouldn't feel the need to pay off the blue
Yeah.
coats.
So, you know,
Okay.
if she cracks, that's on her, which means
Right.
which means, you know what? I got beef with her.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. All right, so we're doing the fortune roll?
Yeah.
And fortune roll, I think it's just 1, isn't it? Let me double check. Yeah, fortune roll is a single die. So let's see how that goes in this particular case, anyway.
Seemed seasoned or whatever. She can take the heat.
All
Professional.
right.
Yeah.
All right, it was a 5. She came close to not talking, but it's only 1 heat. So
She let something slip by accident.
yeah, I think that's what it was. I think that's exactly what it was. Because come on, a 5. That was. But the blue coats know how to read a perp, I guess. So
either that
Actually
or
had somebody doing their job today.
yeah. 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 Oh, great. We got the good interrogator. Yeah.
yeah. Either that or it wasn't so much her who talked as someone like Reginald who was like one of the ghosts or something. Yeah.
That's a fair point.
One of the pissed off ghosts somehow.
Oh gosh, yeah. I
Screwed
mean,
it up.
all you need is a blue coat that's also a whisper, and then yeah. All right then. So I've added 1 more heat to your sheet, and that is it for entanglements.
Yay.
Yeah, hooray! More heat. And all right, so that's that one. And now we're at actual downtime activities. So, as a reminder, everybody gets 2 for free, as it were. You can spend 1 coin or 1 rep. Oh, I forgot to do your rep. Sorry about that. Hang on. So you know how much rep you've got. You picked up 3 more rep from this one, but I've already marked it on your crew sheet. So you're now up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 rep. Yeah, we're up to 7 rep.
Nice.
So
Should we choose our crew advancement now too?
yeah, this might be a good time.
Mhm.
Go ahead and talk that over. And like I said, if you need any clarification on anything, I can point you in the right direction.
So does that mean we get a special ability or a crew upgrade?
Either one. Okay, it's either two squares of upgrade or 1 special ability.
I would be tempted to get either ghost echoes,
That is a cool one.
because I feel like it fits narratively after we
Oh gosh, after last
stole
time,
this
yeah.
box, we just had a spiritual encounter and maybe we are all a little bit
Ooh, that's not bad.
touched by it. Either that or a new cohort, and that cohort could be Asperia.
Fair point.
Actually, I'm looking for the rep information. I'm trying to find that real quick.
This is just on our crew sheet. You can see the special abilities and crew upgrades that we have available.
Oh, and did everyone mark the stash on your character sheets? Everyone gets 2 stash.
Yeah.
Okay. Because anytime you do a crew upgrade, you get tier +2. Each player character gets tier +2 stash.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and that goes straight into stash, not coin.
Yeah.
It is possible to turn stash into coin. 2 stash equals 1 coin if you need to go into your savings. But right now, everyone's got 2 coin.
Yeah, I mean, ghost echoes from weird experience or occult ritual. All crew members gain the ability to see and interact with the ghostly structures, streets, and objects within the echo of Duskfall that exists in the ghost field.
I like that a lot.
Sounds
That'd be
pretty cool.
interesting. I mean, it.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
It
All right.
would.
I mean, I
it
guess
would-
I don't know how often we encounter ghostly objects and structures, but
Well, here's the thing. If you take that, the answer is some more, because it would be a real shame for me to yeah, go ahead and take that, and then no more ghosts. No, just
I mean, it seems like, we've got Sharky's thing, we've got your weird thing already going on, your weird orb thing, and we keep running into more ghost shit.
This is true.
Also, don't forget your not only does Grift have the orb thing, Grift can literally go into the ghost field.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's all that.
So, would that? So my only question about getting ghost echoes is, does this? Do we still react to ghosts when we see them the same way?
Okay, the answer is largely yes, but I would, under certain circumstances, I would either waive it or give you a bonus to your reaction, because it is possible. You wouldn't get the full on some whispers have a special ability where they are just not rattled by ghosts. So I wouldn't upgrade it to that, but I would definitely yeah, I would definitely, under certain circumstances, you'd be able to deal with a ghost or 2.
Yeah. Might be able to see it coming a little bit more if we can see oh, here's where the door in this house used to be, and I see it opening.
Something like that. Yeah. So I mean, I think it makes sense, especially given what we've all been talking about, and how all of you are definitely encountering the ghostly stuff a lot more.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think it would fit.
All right. So are we good with that? Do we want to mark that?
Sure.
All right. I'll go ahead and do that. I got your sheet open. All right. I have marked ghost echoes. And now we are on to downtime activities. So yeah, again, as a reminder, everybody gets two. The list of downtime activities is in a bunch of different places, actually. I'm pretty sure it's on your character sheets. And if not, let me double check. Oh, also, while you're looking over your downtime activities, some of your faction relationships have changed. Your status with the Hive went from 0 up to 1, and your status with the citizenry of Night Market went from 0 up to 1. Some of the people that live and work here in Night Market are definitely recognizing who you are and what you do, and the ones that like that, even the ones that aren't Hive associated, are you're starting to notice it in some ways, some subtle ways, some not so subtle, and we'll get to some of the not so subtle ones later. But let's see, what are the options? You've got acquire asset, long-term project. No one got hurt last time. Oh, except Professor, you are still injured, as I recall.
I'm still injured from the first thing.
Yeah. So I think you're the only one that could do a recover. Although, if you're doing what we discussed
I'm going to do a
before,
thing
yeah.
that'll, yeah.
Yeah. You may not want to, but you know.
Yeah.
There's reduce heat. There's training, and then there's indulge vice. I don't remember where the only person whose heat I remember was the Professor's, because you got really high. I don't remember if anyone else has enough heat to bother with indulging the vice.
I do.
I do. I had to do a lot of stress.
Oh, that's right. You had to push yourself to get that heavy thing out of there. Yeah, you did. Okay, that's right.
I also pushed myself in the previous downtime to make sure our heat went down last downtime.
You sure did. Oh man, you did a lot. Okay, yeah, fair point. Okay. So yeah, if you want to do indulging the vice, that is just fine. That makes sense. Anybody have any idea about what you want to do first?
I mean, let Thistle here indulge his vice, probably.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and do that since we were talking about it? Okay.
Sure.
All right. And so the way indulge vice works is
There's a button for it, isn't there?
Sort of. You pick your, well, actually, yeah, I guess there is. Yeah, so never mind. Click the button, it'll do it for you. But what it's doing is it's picking your lowest attribute and then making a roll based on that. So you will clear stress equal to the highest die. Because in your case, you don't have any attributes that are 0, do you? I think your lowest is 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, I want to say how wow, never mind. You cleared six stress. How high was your stress?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Whoa, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise that could have been an overindulgence. Nice. Okay.
Oh wait, it says 0 dice. Take the lowest result.
Oh, never mind. But you do have a 0. Oh, never mind. You only cleared 5, so you're left with 1 stress. So apparently it based it on. Let me look at your character sheet. I thought you had.
Oh, I have a 1 in resolve. So it took my 0 of insight.
Oh, it took insight. You're absolutely right. I missed that you had a 0 in insight. All right, you're good. All right, so yeah, thanks for catching that, Speedy. Okay, so yes, you but still 5's not bad.
How's dinner?
Yeah, tell us what you did specifically to indulge your vice. I want to hear this.
It was fucking lovely. So I went to this place and they had the most amazing foie gras. And then I had this marrow on toast ends. And they had this triple chocolate cake. And then I decided, but then they also had this mousse, and I really couldn't decide, so I told them to put the mousse on the cake. It's the life.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that was Thistle's evening. All right, so that's one down. Anybody else got one you want to do?
I'll indulge.
All right.
I've
So,
got
yep,
5 stress, so I'm risking a little bit, but
a little, yeah.
fuck.
Oh man. Oh well. Speaking of risk, which one do you want to choose? Do you need a reminder of what your options are?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so attract trouble, which is select or roll an additional entanglement. Brag about your exploits and get 2 more heat. There's lost, which is just your character vanishes for a few weeks, which essentially take you out of this score, and you'd have to come up with a new character.
Mhm.
At least for this score, and then for the
Yeah.
you and the professor could come back together. And then the last one is tapped, which means your current purveyor cuts you off, which I don't think is an option in this case because your
Yeah.
purveyor is Connie, and I don't see that happening. Oh, never mind. We can make that work.
Yeah, if there were blue coat patrols, or if Connie just like if something happened and Connie disappeared.
That's what I mean. Yeah, you could just temporarily not find Connie,
Yeah.
and then then she would come back later.
So what is the effect of tap? Does that just mean I can't clear my stress next time, or that I don't?
Yeah, I
clear
guess
this
so.
time?
Well, yeah, because here's what it says. Okay, well, we could. In your particular case, this is iffy because it says your current purveyor cuts you off. Find a new source for your vice.
Okay. So I would have to probably just do something to find Connie, is what that means.
I mean, honestly, if you did that, that could be a score. I mean, we could turn that into one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't think I want to derail the other score potentials for that. So I will say I'm gonna I'm gonna brag about my exploits.
Okay,
I can't help myself. But here's the thing: I'm not intentionally bragging about it to just random people.
Yeah,
like I'm bragging about it to Connie and to other ghosts.
That makes sense. But still, word gets out. Okay.
Yeah.
Connie, obviously, I've marked 2 more heat on your sheet. So
I think so. I think what happens is I think I actually I go and see Connie and I'm like we do a quick job like we always do, right? She like does some loud creepy scratching noises on the back of Market stall, and while the owner is looking, I snatch a purse from behind the counter.
Sure.
But after I am talking with Connie and I just sort of I say like we did it, we found where all the spirits are going, and we've got them. We've got them somewhere safe right now. And we're gonna get them back out. I'll find. I'm gonna try and find Bloody Emily for you. I'm sure she's in there somewhere.
She smiles at that. And then probably some other ghost heard that.
Yeah.
And then one way or the other, Connie can keep her mouth shut, but somehow someone attached another string to a picture in
yeah, I mean, Connie probably told another ghost friend, and word spreads from there. Like
that's a fair point. Yeah. It just got out. It got to somebody that cares.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like that. I like that a lot. That's cool. All right.
So 2 more heat.
Yeah, I already put it on your sheet, so that's 2 more heat, which means you are 2 heat away from wanted. And if it comes to it, we'll look up exactly how that works. But I have a feeling someone might be trying to reduce some heat in just a minute. So, all right. So that is, we basically got 2. So that's 2 out of 6 downtime actions. Professor, do you have anything you were going to do before scarpering off?
Yes. So I do want to. I wanted to. Part of the reason I chose to play a leech was because I wanted to engage with the project mechanics.
Yes.
And so because I'd like to know more about how those work. So something that I want to do is I want to make something.
Okay.
Now I have a few options of things that that we can kind of bat around a little bit, since this will probably
Sure.
be the only thing I get a chance to try to make.
Right. Well,
Um,
yeah, go ahead. What are you thinking about?
So we have a few different options of things I was thinking about. I could do a weapon of some kind.
Sure.
I could do a thing that interacts with ghosts.
Right.
Or I could do some kind of vehicle. I was thinking about a flying machine, possibly.
That's inconspicuous.
Or I could do a fourth thing that might be just something that we haven't thought of yet, but could involve just sort of like, I don't know, things that sort of dip into the areas that sometimes maybe certain potions or whatever do. But it's like it's a device that does
Okay.
it. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough.
So.
Well, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
You wouldn't necessarily have to decide what it is immediately. And given the circumstances of what you're doing, because you're taking the professor like away from the next score,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
I may as well just admit, yes, I'm going to be sending the professor off to catch up on his lessons.
yeah.
With some folks for a little bit for the next score.
So I mean, I think that can just be what the professor was doing while he was gone. Meaning, you can just come back with whatever it is, because there are rules and there are like clocks to tick and all of this stuff. But since you're going to be away, narratively, it kind of makes sense. You're like, hey, I'm back, and I brought this cool thing I built. So if that works for you, either if you've got an idea now, that's great. But if not, between now and the next time you play the professor, and the other reason I'm doing this is because this is a short campaign. If we were going to do this, if our plan was to do this indefinitely, then I would throw in the clocks and we would do all of that. But personally, I want to see what the professor comes back with. And so I think we should just, like I said, it makes sense. So between now and the next time you play him, I mean, obviously, if you're looking for suggestions, I'm sure we could throw some at you.
Well, yeah, I am looking a little bit for suggestions. I will say that I did take a special ability that's analyst, which means during downtime I get 2 ticks to distribute among any long-term project clocks that involve investigation or learning a new formula or a design plan.
And that's without spending a downtime action, right? So you just get those. So that just makes sense. We can assume that like any of your other downtime actions you would have had were spent finishing that up.
Yeah.
Like I said, when you get back. So analyst fits perfectly with that because you would have already been ahead of the game.
So
I like that.
basically, yeah. So my thought is that, I mean, narratively something that would work is if I were doing something with the box.
Fair point.
Or using the box to figure something out, but I don't want to just do something with the box.
I have another potential suggestion for you, which is that after we clear this score and we're hanging out at the hideout, I pull out from my pocket this sparking spirit core that I took from inside of a hull.
You certainly did.
So it's probably a piece of technology that you're fairly familiar with, if at least in theory, if not in practice. And I'll just kind of take it out, show it to you, and be like, "This was inside one of those Tin Men."
Oh, sure, cool.
Yeah. You want it? Seems like your thing.
I could certainly put it to use. I I forgot how the professor talks. I could certainly put it to use. If you're certain you don't want to do anything with it, sell it off, or what have you.
I mean, I was going to ask for a coin or something, but
certainly, we can figure something out. Well, let me ask you. Well, let me ask you, what sort of thing do you think we might want to do with this?
I mean, I suppose I don't rightly know. I mean, it was used for a automaton before. That's what we could do again. I don't know that we have the materials to build a big tin man like those, but maybe, I mean, with enough time, I suppose.
It's
You
too
got
bad
anything you want to walk around for you? I mean,
it's too bad the professor doesn't know about his new friend yet.
Yes, that's right. There's one coming. Yeah, we could create a device that we use. I was thinking about yes, we could use it to it could be used for when it could be used for a weapon. It could be used for a vehicle. We could.
Somebody say weapon.
I did say weapon. Yes.
Not everything has to be for hurting people.
No,
But
how you say that?
A vehicle can be used for hurting people too.
That is true. I did have some thoughts about just sort of looking things over. I did have some thoughts about something that glides across different planes. It does make use a little bit of the ghost field.
Like spirit planes, or like
somewhat, but it uses them. It's in the physical world, but it uses them to glide.
So it's like a flying machine.
Yes.
Oh.
That don't sound right.
The only difficulty with that is it would be rather conspicuous.
You afraid of heights, Thistle?
No, I'm not afraid of heights. It's more like if we were meant to fly, wouldn't we have wings?
Well, we could. There actually is a design I was thinking about with respect to those that a bit more wing-like, a bit lighter. Harder to get it to work. But
yeah, I mean, if we weren't made to go in the water, I mean, you've worked on shipyards before. You think boats are bad because we're not made to swim?
I do think boats are bad, but that's because Leviathans are in the water. They have told us we don't belong there. Very explicitly.
I mean, a flying machine, it sounds cool. Don't know what I use it for. Sounds cool.
What if we find sky Leviathans?
I think if we found sky Leviathans, this city would be fucked.
Yes, that would be rather unfortunate for everyone.
The lightning barriers only go so high.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we could also have we could also use it as a now even I've been studying the device some. We could and looking at some of what it does, there might be a way to build a thing that can either attract or repel ghosts. That would be a possibility as well.
Some sort of like a lure.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
There are just so many parts of the world that are fucked. You know, if you go in the water, it's fucked. If you dig in the ground, it's fucked. If you look on the wrong side of the veil, it's fucked. If you go in the sky, how far do we gotta go before we know it's fucked?
Honestly, I feel like you made a good point in favor of the sky. As far as I know, not fucked. Least fucked place I know of.
As far as we know.
Yeah, but I know he is fucked. At least that place, there's a chance it's not. Of course, I mean, I don't quite like being seen most of the time, and I feel
that is the problem. that is the problem.
I mean, there's not that much light up there. Lanterns usually point down.
Oh, that's true. It'd be super dark.
No, this isn't.
That would make
bats. Bats are in the sky.
You afraid
It's
of
true.
bats?
No, because I'm not afraid of bats. I am wary of vampires. Any bat could be a vampire.
I thought that was a myth.
Can't fucking chance it.
Can't
Well, I
argue
got
with that
fucking-
either.
We already got fucking ghosts. We got demons. What chances on vampires? What fucking chance that?
Well, perhaps something that might afford a bit of security with respect to the ghosts and what have you. Maybe something that helps to that might help protect us if need be, if we have
Yeah.
any issues from that. And to be honest,
That's a
we
good
may
point.
have a certain degree of. I'm quite surprised we've not been identified and attacked yet. Honestly, after everything. But
Oh, you know what? Have you ever seen one of those like little lanterns with electroplasm in it? And when a bug goes into it, it goes zip.
oh yes.
What about one of those? But
Oh,
for
we could do,
ghosts.
we could do something similar. Yes. I wouldn't want to hurt them actively,
Well,
but something
what
that
about
can
one of
certainly
those?
That's a good point.
keep them away.
People.
Oh yes, we can do that. That's not a problem.
People don't
Again,
tend to just walk into shiny electric things. So.
it is a little obvious. So, well, I mean,
You-
depends on if there's money sitting underneath it. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
a fair point.
But
There are
Yeah.
ways. You have an excellent point.
I think something.
I mean-
yes, maybe. Go ahead.
Spirit core. It's got a spirit in it, right? There's a soul in there.
Hmm.
If you
this-
were to-
Professor, you can tell that this particular one does not currently contain a spirit.
okay.
Not
It
at the
is-
moment.
Yeah, it is, which is why that hole was inert.
Hmm.
No, not at the moment. But I could use it to create something that could help again, as we were talking, keep spirits away or pull them in, possibly. Either one, depending on how we adjust the settings.
Yeah, it's essentially like a superpowered spirit bottle, really.
Yeah.
This is now time for Thistle's big brain moment of the campaign. What if we make a man not die?
That's uncharacteristic of you.
Right? Like, so anytime a man dies, he becomes a ghost, right? But what if he's all
Yeah,
bottled
familiar.
up? Well, he's all bottled up inside that core, and the core's in his chest.
Oh, I see.
And he don't die because he can't go nowhere. Right?
I've-
But
I'm
continues
not
to
a
inhabit
doctor.
the same body.
I feel like a body can just die.
I mean, sure. I mean, meat's meat, right? But like, that can go patching, right? What if a man don't die because he's got a little orb in his chest?
I think that's how vampires work.
No, this ain't no vampire. This is it's an orb man.
So, I do have a slight. Did you by any chance glance through that folio before we sent it on?
No.
That's
Right,
up to you.
right. Yes. I was just wondering. There is a thing in there that does talk about a device that is well, one of the terms that some use for it is phylactery. But or essentially a sort of an internal. It's a means by which some suspected that that Kotar, that old King Kotar, extended his life unnaturally. That's essentially the sort of thing you're talking about. It'd become, I think the term is lich.
See, hear that there? I'm as small as a king.
Oh, yes. Oh, indeed. But, yes, I think that that sort of thing is possible, but the problem is there would be a price, there would be a cost, there would be side effects to something like that.
Yeah, not dying. That's a pretty big
Well-
side effect.
I know of no way to prevent the dying part, but there is
and the stitches.
there is the idea of a device could be constructed perhaps to cause one to stick around in one's body afterwards. But again, the one would be some form of undead.
But you can't be undead because you're alive, right? Because you're moving, so you're not dead. Wait.
It's an interesting field of research. There are certainly some Sparkcraft experts who have gone into such fields. It doesn't usually end well. I can tell you that.
Professor, correct me if I'm wrong. I imagine anyone who were to become immortal in this way wouldn't be able to eat anymore.
The physical action would be possible, but not recommended, and it also would not do the same as what it would to the. So yeah, it could eat, but you would not gain no benefit from it, and you wouldn't feel it or taste it.
Fuck
Probably.
all that noise.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Just throwing it out there for you.
Yeah.
Before you get too lost in this.
You could eat, but you wouldn't
stream.
enjoy it. That's the problem.
Oh well, if there ain't no enjoying it, then fuck that.
Yeah. That is. I think that is even in one of the passages. All were ashes to him afterwards. As that
Ashes. Ain't
he
no
could not.
eating.
He supped upon naught but ashes and drank upon naught but dust. Something along those lines. I think that was the quote.
All right. So who do we hate enough to do that to?
Professor.
Yes.
For what?
Do you think you could give Connie a new body with that?
Maybe. I would have to build a. Now, obviously, it would. Well. Now, obviously, it would not look quite like her, but.
I mean, that's to be expected.
If she wanted it, that's the important. If that is something she wanted to do,
Right,
I could
yeah.
build. I could actually, and he gets out his notebook. A spirit frame. He says, just sort of drawing a thing. It's like he'll draw a sketch really quickly of like a thing that looks a lot like a person in terms of its and it's a very basic sketch. It looks kind of like I need the term isn't coming to me. A dummy, basically, a dresser's mannequin. But the basic sort of the wooden thing, the frame, the more looking thing. And he says, something along these lines or something. We have to work on the possible design, but yeah, possibly, yes, I think that could be done.
Yes, it's a more practical use of our time. Yeah.
We'd have to talk to
I mean,
Connie
I
and
don't
make sure
want
she
to.
wants to do something like that.
Of course. I can't say for certain either. I know that it feels like she's not all herself anymore. That's how it is.
Well,
I don't know if a frame would make her stable again, at least stop her from deteriorating further. But if we can, I'd like to try.
we certainly can try. and for the record, I miss her too. And I think,
Okay.
that'll be the project. I'm going to go ahead and
Okay.
start working on a spirit frame that basically a spirit can voluntarily inhabit.
Sure. Well, and
and
it
leave if they want to.
Ooh, I like that idea, and
Yeah.
it'll be made easier by the fact that you've got a spirit core.
Yeah.
So it would be essentially like building a whole, but it would be with some modifications.
I'm gonna have to key it in a specific way so that
Mhm.
maybe not just any spirit could come along. So either it has to be calibrated for a specific one, or one has to know a password or something.
Yeah. We can work out the details. I like that idea a lot.
To be able to make use of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to?
Oh God. Yeah. No. This. We know why Sharky will be going for this idea. I'm just going to say that.
Right.
I know. I'd like the thought did occur to me that I don't know about Sharky's wife.
Right.
Sharky might be thinking about Sharky's wife right now.
Absolutely.
And if Sharky were to choose to try and save his wife instead of Connie, I would understand. I don't know that Grift would.
Right. Absolutely. Interesting.
It's an interesting question. And also, I mean, it may be a thing where it's like, well, if this work, you may be just more thinking, if this works for Connie, then then maybe
sure.
You'd have a shot at doing it with the wife. Yeah. Okay.
Then I might approach Verity, but we'll see.
I like that idea for 6 different reasons. That's really good.
Yeah. This seems like, yes, we seem to have dug down deeply enough to find to hit a vein of plot here. So I think
we just
vein
had
of
to
drama.
We just had to get to the pathosphere, and then
yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and start that. I get
okay.
I get two ticks for the design plan. And,
right, and like I said, because you'll be gone, and we can just assume more downtime actions while you're gone. You'll come back with something the next time you play, which is the way we're working things out. I think we've only got 2 more scores, so for the final score, you will return with that if that works for you. Okay.
All right. Cool.
All right. Well, we're going to continue in the same order then. Thistle, do you have a second downtime action you want to do?
I think it's time to get rid of some of this heat.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
That's like a pretty good idea.
It's so fucking hot in here.
It kind of is, isn't it? All right. So how are you planning to reduce the heat?
Well,
the usual way?
why mess with perfection, right?
Fair enough. All right. So
if it ain't broke, break it.
Pretty much. All right. So what's your roll on this one?
I'm just gonna go out here and do some coercing, some violent coercing.
Percussive coercion.
I'm looking at the right sheet. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Let's see here. So I should be rolling.
Yeah, decide what not attribute, whatever it is. Decide which skill you're using to accomplish this.
I think I'm gonna actually roll skirmish. Actually, I think I'm gonna actually just break legs.
Okay, just start. Yeah,
you've been talking, heard you've been talking.
Yeah. You're going after the people that you're making examples. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay.
Yes, I am making examples.
All right. In that case, make your roll.
Sometimes you throw shoes over wires, but with people in them.
All right, so 1 to 3, you get rid of 1. 4 to 5, you get rid of 2. If you roll a 6, you get rid of 3. And if you happen to do a crit, you get rid of 5 heat.
Okay. So it's risky standard, right?
Yeah, just regular risky standard.
I am going to do a little stress there.
Okay. Yeah, you were fairly low on stress after your last indulgence. So yeah, that'll work. All right, that is a 3. So I think that's going to be. Let me double check. Yeah, I know. That's too bad.
That's a hellish roll.
That was bad. That was unfortunate. Yeah, you only got rid of 1 heat. I will mark that off your sheet though. Let me get in there.
Pay a coin to reduce it more, but
oh, that's true.
Or to take another downtime action and roll again.
Well, you could do both. But yeah, you can. You could pay a coin. Yeah, just like Speedy said. You could pay a coin and bump that up to the next level, which means you would get rid of two heat.
Or I could pay for another downtime action. Is that how it works?
You could also pay for another downtime action. You could do both. So in this downtime action, you could pay 1 coin to bump it up to 2 heat removed. And then, since coins are still around, you can pay a coin or 1 rep, either way, to get another downtime action if you want to do the heat reduction again. It just costs you some money.
I think I'd rather take what I got and then try and roll again with a coin on another downtime action. That seems more efficient.
I agree. It seems cost effective, at least potentially. All right, so let me mark that 1 heat off though. So you're. Oh, really? Does it just go this way? Oh, okay. I just learned how the character sheet works. All right, so I've marked off the 1 heat that you got last time, and spend 1 of your coins, and then you can get another roll.
So stress it up again. Let's do it.
Okay. Man. All right.
Okay. Yep. All right. That's fine.
Apparently, this heat is sticky. So
all that talking Grift was doing,
it's really, really humid.
Look, I was talking to ghosts, and they're really hard to shut up with violence.
As it turns out. Oh my gosh, I didn't think about that. That actually fits perfectly. Right.
You can lean on as many fucking blue coats as you want to. It doesn't help if the ghosts are gonna keep telling others.
Yeah, the ghosts are like, whatever.
As soon as I figure out how to choke a ghost.
Let's see. There is a special ability. All right. All right. So let's go back to Grift. You have one more downtime action you don't have to pay for.
I am going to advance the long-term project of my sphere investigation.
Excellent. Okay. And
so I would probably lean on Sharky for both help researching it and like insight into anyone else who would know more.
That makes sense. Sharky, if you spend a stress, that would give Grift an extra die.
Sure, given what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's true. It kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah. I feel like this is probably consort to if we're looking for other people to.
That does make sense. You're really just kind of either asking around or physically investigating, right? Is that mostly what you're? Okay. Yeah, consort works for me. And then, as usual, you could still, you could push yourself. You could do devil's bargains, stuff like that.
What would be a devil's bargain for this?
As soon as I said that, I was trying to think of one. Well, okay. Oh. Okay, the simple one is the people that were involved in this score to begin with find out that someone's asking questions. Because as it's currently understood, Connie was tasked to steal a thing. Grift, you know that she stole it,
Yeah.
but
I mean, they clearly also know that she stole it because they don't have it anymore.
right. And then someone killed her. We do
Yeah.
not know who. So either the people that killed her, or the people that wanted it stolen, or the people it was stolen from, or some combination of them,
Right.
find out someone's asking around.
Yeah, I'll take that bargain.
Okay.
God damn.
What the hell? Okay, y'all were rolling so well last session, and now it's just it's swinging the other way. So that is only a single segment more, but it is a segment. Although, again, you got some coin if you want to bump it up to 2 segments.
I'll spend a coin to do the project again. And
Yep.
because I can't roll worse than that.
Oh, that's a fair point. Okay. Oh, and you've only got one more to do. So
No, I've got 2 more left.
oh, is it 2 more? Sorry, I thought it
Yeah.
was 1. Okay. Yeah, that's a fair point. Okay, well, let's do the other thing.
I will. You got another devil's bargain for me?
Oh, okay. Do I? Oh man. Yeah, let's see.
Actually, sorry. So narratively,
Yeah.
we have found someone who can tell us a little bit more about this.
Yes.
Like, what do they tell me?
Oh, fair enough. Okay, let's see. Who do you think you find?
I feel like it would have to be some sort of whisper or arcane
Okay.
expert. I guess is it Circle of Flame or the church that are the like artificers? Circle of Flame, right?
That's Circle of Flame. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think maybe a contact in the Circle of Flame.
Okay. Yeah, not a problem. And that goes back to to Sharky helping you out, because Sharky has Circle of Flame contacts. So that's perfect. Yeah, so you meet someone. It's
perhaps another professor at this college who specialized in this sort of thing.
That does
whatever
make sense.
It is.
Yeah, whatever it is. Okay, yes. Said professor has been aware of chatter in the let's say artifact community that 2 different groups are definitely interested in this thing. And she doesn't know for sure, but she wouldn't be surprised if one of these groups was the one that either wanted it stolen in the first place or from whom it was stolen.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, there's a cult. They are dedicated to the Shrouded Queen, and you recognize the Shrouded Queen as the name of one of the forgotten gods. And she says they've been poking around for something that might be what you're looking for. And also, around the time that you're talking about, I know the Dimmer sisters were sending out agents. And if you know anything about the Dimmer sisters, they don't do that very often.
Right.
As if they were trying to keep an eye on something.
The Shrouded Queen. What's her deal?
Oh, well, there were rumors of sacrifices and ancient rites. We believe that they are, in some manner, we've had run-ins with them before. They are interested in much of the same ancient lore we are. We suspect they're trying to bring the Shrouded Queen back.
Yeah, that seems par for the course for cults, I suppose. And so this thing, you think it's an artifact of theirs, perhaps? A part of that ritual, maybe?
I can tell just from being near it, it is of significant power. And it's definitely of two worlds.
You
It
have
exists
any...
simultaneously here and in the unquiet realm.
If I wanted to know what it's for, what it does, is there something I could do with it?
It's been my experience that objects like that tell you what they're for in time. It's
Right.
not always a comfortable experience.
All right. Thanks for your help. You've been great help. It, um, try and keep this on the down low if you don't mind.
I will say nothing. I will do one other thing for you. If I find out these Shrouded Queen types are still active, I'll let you know. Admittedly, that's something of a bit of enlightened self-interest, but I don't want them around either.
Thank you. Yeah. Solid. Cheers, mate.
All right, you're going to do another roll?
Yeah, this time I'm going to attune.
Oh, okay. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that'll do.
And I guess I'm just going to try and like focus on it and like acknowledging more of the intent of it. Try and either consider the Shrouded Queen, try and consider the duality of like the sphere's existence in both fields and tap into it somehow
Sure.
in ways that probably I don't even fully understand.
I do have a devil's bargain for this one. Whatever becomes of this, you will be attuned literally to the object.
Yeah,
It will
sounds
be
great.
It will be yours.
That's so fucked up. I love it.
Yeah.
Ain't no way I can give this back to who wants it now.
Oh,
It's part of
no.
me.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, all right. I'll take that bargain. And I'll stick with that.
Okay. Well, there we go. All right. So let's see. 5 is 2 segments. That's it, right? That did it?
Yep.
All right, nice. That coin well spent, I think. All right. So now, oh yeah, hooray! So now I will tell you more about it. I'll get back to you. I want to see if we've got any more downtime stuff. But I will tell you more about what you learn because now you've got it. But I do have one question for you first. When Grift thinks weapon, what does he think? Like, without thinking about it, what comes to mind?
Shiv.
Okay, got it. You're no longer
or
holding...
not a shiv like a like a switchblade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
you are no longer holding the spear. You are holding a very thin black knife.
Awesome.
And it's like it was made for your hand.
Oh, wait, no, it's a knife. No.
That's awesome. We can move on to Jim. I do think that I feel like I would want to talk to Sharky about this.
Absolutely.
When
I think
know
that's going to
more about
happen.
it.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a chance that, like, you know, maybe I can't because he's already gone. But
Oh, I think we can make that scene happen. I think we kind of
Okay.
have to, because I want to hear that. All right. So everyone is done. Everyone except for Jim. Everyone is done too, except for the professor, right? Okay.
Yep.
So some of you did more than two.
So I have a thing.
Yeah.
Possible thing. There are, and like, it's gonna be. We need to talk about how we're gonna do this.
All right. Go on.
yeah.
Oh,
Because I've had thoughts about like, I was sitting here trying to think, is there any way I could possibly figure out a way to use the Tinker ability to reduce heat?
Sure.
And
I will entertain any suggestion.
a
Yes.
possibility has occurred to me.
people fall downstairs on knives all the time.
Yes. But where I was trying to
So
figure
many
out,
wheels falling off carriages. It's an epidemic.
yeah, this happens. Where I'm trying to the thought is to try to shift some of the blame off of us.
Interesting.
Part of the
Okay.
problem is that the ghosts keep talking, right?
Yes.
So my thought is figuring out a way to, and honestly, we might not be able to do this we'll see.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. What's your idea, and then we'll figure it out.
Figuring out a way that I can provide a service of some kind to the ghosts to get them to move some of this blame onto the church, because they were the ones with the box in the first place.
Okay, I mean, I will give you a couple of facts. A, you know where the box is. B, you know that it's already still attractive to ghosts. So, I mean, I feel like you're part of the way there just with the existence of the box.
Yeah.
You have it well hidden, but you know.
And I don't want it to be like a threatening thing where it's like, I will use this thing if you. I
have an idea.
Oh yes.
But I do think I think it is a decision that we would be making, and I want to make sure that everyone is cool with it. And we can role play out this discussion afterwards. But the idea is basically we just let the ghosts go, and like you tinker to let them out slowly so it doesn't explode and kill us all.
Yeah.
But like I don't want to. I feel like Grift would not want to use ghosts as a weapon.
Right. So I guess that is
if the ghosts are talking because they think that like there are other ghosts who have been trapped and we're looking for them, like and the church literally and legitimately trapped those ghosts.
Yeah.
And the ghosts know it. The ones in the box are already pissed off at the church. They know who did this.
Yeah.
So if you free a bunch of ghosts that are like, the church sucks, that could really
that would be cool.
Yeah, they're already doing that. They might even go after the church.
That does mean we don't have a ghost bomb anymore.
True.
I don't know if people care about that.
I guess, if that's, how it's going to be.
Well,
yes.
Think of it this way: they would be a weapon against the church. Take them down through word of mouth. That lasts far longer than just hitting them.
Well, as long as they're still a weapon, I mean, A weapon's a
Absolutely.
weapon's a weapon's a weapon.
Yeah, it's like an emotional weapon, kind of, or
I
like a
do.
mental one.
I do enjoy emotional weapons. There's nothing
Nice.
like watching a person pee themselves.
Every time you speak, I get immensely more concerned.
Well, I think you shall have an opportunity very soon. In fact, if you feel like, if you haven't thrown that disguise away yet, you might even be able to secrete yourself somewhere to watch it
Oh, yeah.
happen.
Oh, fair point.
If you're so inclined. So yeah, I think I
Yeah.
figured out how I want to use tinkering with this also,
I think
by
you
the
have
way.
a plan. Yeah.
Because
All right.
as a way, not just as far as just letting them out, but to ensure that their rage is directed in the right, pointed in the right direction. Because I've got the freaking devil's ear, which I know I keep leaning on a lot, but I like
Hey.
it.
You made it.
I was gonna say it's literally your thing. That just makes sense.
I've realized that I could maybe rig it to communicate with the spirits, the ghosts still in the box before I let them out.
You definitely can. Yeah, and that's not even going to be a roll. You can just do that.
So I just want to so that it's like, getting ready to set you. We're going to let you out. These are the ones responsible.
And they're like, yeah, we know.
The Church of Fleshes, and it must be clear that they are at fault in this.
Yeah, that takes practically no discussion. They're like, yeah, they got that.
So,
all right. Now, alas, given the rules that we were going by, you cannot take any more stress unless you want to move into trauma.
No.
So I would advise against pushing yourself. Although, it would sort of obviate the reason for your departure.
Yes.
I will entertain a devil's bargain. I'm trying to think of what it would be, though.
I'm curious. Maybe the ghosts just don't leave us alone afterwards. But
oh, that's true. Yeah, you could get some help from Grift.
Yeah, I'll take a stress to assist. Just by basically, like, I know some of these ghosts by name.
Oh, true, you do.
And so, like, I will say, like, so sorry, bloody Emily.
Yeah, you
I
won't talk
will
to them.
get you back to your son soon.
Nice. Okay, I like that. And I'm trying to figure out if.
Well, maybe the devil's bargain is what is what results in the our new ghost situation for the crew. I've forgotten what that advancement was called.
That's not bad. Ooh, okay, that's not bad. And then we can throw in some
the ghost echoes.
Negative consequences too. No, that'll work.
Like they will not leave us alone afterwards.
Perfect. You know what? Yes, I like that a lot.
Like we did too good a favor.
yeah, you totally did. Yeah, you've got all of these friends. Some of them are mortal, but others are
we're friends that the second that we see them, we are instantly petrified.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yay.
Yes, you're like, oh shit, what? I just wanted to say thanks. Fine, you're welcome.
Oh my god.
All right.
We can't actually feed the ghost kibble. Oh,
no.
God.
Yeah, that works for me. I like that a lot. All right.
Future device to build the new pair of glasses that keeps you from freaking out when you see ghosts.
So that feels like 4 dice, right? Am I?
Yeah, devil's bargain and the help. Yeah, and then my 2 tinker.
All right.
I have fine tinkering tools if I can employ those here.
Let me think about that. Yeah, you know what? In this case, that'd be yet another die. Go for it.
Excellent. I am happy to cheese this as much as I can.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
So what's the position?
It's just a risky standard. It doesn't really matter on this roll. So.
All right, here we go. So I got 3 bonus dice.
Oh yeah, and because I assisted, I share in the consequences of this action.
Alas, you do.
This will be great.
That is a fair point.
Friends.
Double 6s.
Oh,
whoa.
That was a crit. Whoa! I think that knocks out all your heat. Let me double check though. 5. Yeah, a crit knocks out 5 heat. So
that's all of it.
That was it. You only. Wow. All right.
Yes.
So that also means that these ghosts are definitely going after the church.
So cool.
I will give you more information about it later, but right now they're doing it rather indiscriminately. Anything that even looks like it's related to the church.
I almost feel like we should be getting a negative status with Night Market right now.
Well, we shouldn't do it in Night Market. We shouldn't let them out in Night Market.
This is their home.
That's fair.
Bloody,
true. They're
Bloody
gonna keep
Emily's
coming
going
to
to go
see us.
back to her fountain
That's
whether
true.
we release her here.
That's true. That's true. Actually, I mean, that is an excellent point.
Oh dear.
So far, Night Market hasn't really noticed, except for like the people that are already sensitive to this kind of thing, which includes Grift and also any whispers. But yeah, it could get out of hand. Right now, they are only screwing with church stuff, which honestly, most of the citizens of Night Market do not mind.
Yeah.
And the Hive is also extremely happy with this because they didn't want the church to. The church was starting to set up shop, and the Hive was like, "Please leave." And then, and by "please leave," what they really did was like got you guys to tell them to leave. All right, so that's. Anybody else want to pay for any downtime actions?
Well, now I might.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta pay to indulge your vice, right?
Well, it's gonna. It's gonna happen.
That'll take care of itself.
Yeah, that'll take care of itself. But the thing that oh wait, well actually, wait. There is a mechanic that I have to do it during downtime though, because if I don't, then I'm remembering that now. You're right.
Okay, what is it?
I didn't think about that. Because it's like if you don't do it, there's a thing.
All right.
And
Which
I'm trying
thing
to,
is it?
Ignoring your vice. If you do not or cannot indulge your vice during a downtime phase, you take stress equal to your trauma. Oh, I don't have any trauma yet.
Yeah.
Technically,
The good news is you don't technically have any trauma.
because of how we decided it worked.
Yes.
Okay, good. There we
Because
are.
alas, yeah, I'm sorry, we were playing stress on easy mode, so
Yeah.
you lucked out.
The thing I was thinking of doing was like, and it was, this may be impossible given everything, but I was just trying to put together yet another device that could help make it easier to deal with ghosts.
Like some filtering glasses or something, or
something.
Oh, well.
Yeah, like something like that. I don't know if that's
All right. Well, here's the thing.
Do I have to start a second project clock or something like that?
Yeah, you basically would. So here's the thing. You can come back from your sabbatical with one thing that you have built. And you can have started some other stuff. But again, keep in mind, we probably just got 2 scores left.
Yeah,
so,
we probably don't have time for that. So
yeah.
I think then let's not worry about that.
Okay.
So unless okay. So the only other thing I can think of that has absolutely nothing to do with it involves acquiring a temporary asset. Which I don't think really is going to be helpful necessarily right now, but maybe for the next mission. So I wouldn't even necessarily benefit from this, but it would be if we want a cohort of ghosts, or.
I mean, yeah, technically you already do, but if you wanted one that you could, if you wanted one that was a little more,
I'd say save that for a flashback.
Let's save that for later. Yeah.
I totally agree.
That's a good idea.
Like, this is exactly when I planned for this ghost to show up.
Yeah,
That works.
Good news, ghosts. All right.
Yeah. No, I'm done.
I think
All
we end the campaign with a ghost gang. I think that'd be pretty funny.
Oh my gosh, I think maybe we need to make that the. So yeah, I think now we are at least doing a downtime for that. We got to do that one later. All right. So what I've got planned for the rest of this is actually just discussing largely out of character, but also sort of in character, depending on how it goes, what the next score might be. Do we want to take a quick break and come back and do that?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
And
Let's do that.
also, Critwitch, thank you for the sub. Thanks so much.
Yay.
Yay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent. I am enjoying this. But very cool. So we're gonna go ahead and take a break. I have a thing. I have an interview. That shall play. Presuming I put the right one in. Did I? Yes, I did. Okay, great. With this a new interview with Doc Rimbo, who is
cool.
over on another channel right now, running Delta Green, and he's actually going to talk about that in this interview. So we shall be back shortly. See you soon. Welcome to the break. I am here with Doc Rimbo. Hello.
Hi, Jim. Hi, other doc. Two docs.
Doctor.
Yeah, doctor.
Doctor.
Are you okay? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting your intro. Are you actually a doctor in real life? Do you have a doctor?
Not really. No,
Me
alas.
neither.
I think sooner or later, I've just had, it's been a nickname I've had for so long. Sooner or later, I should probably like get a PhD or something just to justify it. But
and just for fun.
Yeah, one day.
Something to do.
Just for fun, something. Yeah,
Right.
just one can so easily just you get one. But sooner or later, one never knows. One never knows. It's come to mean a multitude of things. But I shall not diverge there as of yet. Today we are going to talk a little bit about Delta Green, are we not?
Yes, Delta Green.
Tell us what this is.
So Delta Green is, well, it's many things, but it started as sort of not a hack, but kind of an offshoot of the Call of Cthulhu system. There's a lot of fiction around it, and it's sort of like an attempt to modernize Call of Cthulhu, by my understanding. And then it sort of broke off and became its own system. It's very similar to Cthulhu in a lot of ways. The traditional, it's D100, it's roll underneath, it is Eldritch Horror, it's investigation, that sort of stuff. But Delta Green, what sets it apart, and this is just a general 1,000-foot overview or whatever, 3,000 foot, is that Delta Green combines the mundaneness of our real world and puts it in juxtaposition to these eldritch horrible things. There's no like romanticized real world where we're flappers and it's the 1920s, and also there's art Deco architecture and stuff. It's very much taking people and putting next to each other these horrific things, but also real life things. And the way they do that is Delta Green, in the lore, in the history, is a paragovernmental organization. So it is an organization that exists at the government level, specifically in the United States, but draws people from lots of different walks of life. And usually that's some sort of government agent like CIA, FBI, Secret Service, something like that, Army, Navy, etc. But sometimes it's other things like college professors or pharmacists, or like we've got a weird assortment. I'll talk about that later. And they are part of the secret organization, so they don't know each other. It's very like being a spy. It's very, everyone has a code name, and they exist to root out the supernatural and then to silence it. And that's like the key part. They all have this shared, what's the word they use? It's the shared directive of, yes, we're finding out what's going on. We're investigating, we're finding the monsters. But the most important thing is to make sure that nobody else hears about it, because that sort of thing can weasel its way into society. And then the mundane isn't mundane anymore. And then real life isn't real anymore. And so the way they do that is they have all these agents, and in between fighting monsters, in between missions, these agents are picking up their dry cleaning and, raising their kids and all this stuff. And that gives us as the players and as the audience, if you're watching it, like the opportunity to figure out what there is to lose.
Yeah.
Right. if the supernatural overtakes the natural, overtakes the mundane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best way to think about it.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
it's a game. It's a tabletop game.
Oh yeah.
And,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
it's a lot of fun.
Oh
It's
yeah,
really
and
great.
that's one of the things actually I like about it best is that
Mhm.
I have only played once, and that was with you. But thus far, as of this recording,
As part of ASL. Yeah.
yes. Ah, that
Yes.
was a delight. But the thing that one of the things I really like about it is that it hits on this thing that you find in spy fiction,
Yeah.
which is especially in the more realistic spy fiction, Le Carre and whatnot, which I'm often obsessed with. And is this the idea that the job kind of grinds you down as a person,
Yes.
and you have
Yes.
this conflict. You're in between. You're a rock and a hard place between
Mhm.
the things that keep you sane in life,
Impossible
the
choices.
people,
Yep.
you're attached to, and
Absolutely.
these terrible things that you have to deal with.
Right. And the whole, and part of the whole ethos, I guess, of the in-game organization is you are tasked with making these horrible decisions and choosing to do horrible things at a great personal cost. So you carry that with you. Another mundane thing in between missions is going to your therapist. But then when you get to the therapist, you have to decide, do I tell them the truth? Do I lie to them? Because mechanically that gives you a different outcome
Yeah.
in good or bad ways. And so that's it. And obviously the overall narrative of this, as I say to all my players all the time, is what it does is it unleashes these horrors of Cthulhu or Dagon or whatever. But along the way you discover that equally horrific is maybe the task of working for a government job. Or, and like, which is worse? That's the question. And my players this season on our show are finding out what the answer to that question is.
Yes. Well, let's actually go ahead and talk about the stuff you've been doing on streaming with Delta Green.
Yes.
And I know that as of this recording, you're on your third season, aren't you, over on Lost Caravan? Yes.
As
Tell
of
us a little
recording
bit about
time,
that campaign and all.
sure. We are playing a Delta Green hardcover campaign called Impossible Landscapes. And I'm going to tiptoe around this so as not to give any spoilers for people who haven't played it or want to play it. But it is basically, it's a 4-chapter adventure. The first chapter, which we did as a season, we do each chapter as a season. The first season set in 1995. You're a Delta Green cell. There's a missing person, but there's something weird going on. And so you go to this person's apartment. There's a bunch of weird stuff. And then as things sort of unravel, you find out that something about the whole apartment building is infected and strange. And all the people there are being affected by something. And basically, progressively across those seasons. The second season is 20 years later. So you can play the same agents, much older. All my cast did new agents except for one. And it basically, the horrors that you saw in that first season that were hinted at come back again. And not only that, you discover that it is bigger than just New York City in 1995. It's spread here, and it's spread here, and it's spread into your personal life, and you see how it spreads.
Yeah.
And then in the third season, which we just started, we're about 3 or 4 episodes in at this time. In the third season, it is finally coming to grips and admitting that all the stuff you've experienced is inescapable. And not only that, but like there's a complete cosmic turnover of what's real and what's invented, and what's created. And what do you do as a Delta Green agent who strives to fight and preserve reality when you find out that reality is forfeit?
Yeah.
What are you fighting for then? Are you fighting for the feeling of playing with your kid? Are you fighting for, this person that is your ex-girlfriend, And it does that through the bond system. And it's fantastic. My cast in that game is so good.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Every season has been fantastic. This season's cast is remarkable. And they just roll with punches really well because we've had a lot of player deaths and NPC deaths already this season.
Yeah.
And um and like I am one of those GMs who in every game I pull punches and I hesitate to kill my players' characters because I don't want people to be mad at me and I want people to have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this season has been pretty hectic and violent, and but the kind of role play that's coming out of this cast is amazing.
Yeah.
Very incredible.
Well, can I just ask, how was it taking this existing? This is an existing campaign, right? That they're
it's a
coming out with
hardcover.
Impossible Answer? Yeah. And how was it taking that and adapting it to your specific table or virtual table? What you were doing here?
Yeah, I do that a lot, and someday I'll run some sort of game system where I do homebrew story, and I've done that before too, But I do that across different systems. Doing it with Impossible Landscapes has been the most rewarding hardcover that I've adapted because Dennis Detwiller, everybody else who worked on this book, a lot of this book is like not an atlas. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's an almanac almost of all these different things around this situation that are all connected and all tied together. And it's less of a railroad and less of a linear story and more about here's a connection, here's a connection, here's a connection, here's a connection. And then each season has a loose story that happens, right? So I can say, for example, in the third season we're in, I talked about having agents with weird jobs this season. Colin McNamara, who plays this season, plays a guy named Nicholas Fowles. And in the past, he's played a college professor, and his character went insane and wandered off into an alternate reality. He's played his second season, he was like a lethal army veteran with no emotion, like a real psychopath. And this season, he's playing an Instagram influencer who does tarot card readings for people on Instagram, but is a fraud, is a complete joke, right? And so, like, as the season started, he started to bring out this tarot stuff, and I'm like, oh, I could look at the beginning of the time. So at the beginning of Impossible Landscapes, there's this big chunky timeline of all these associated things, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a tarot card reference in there. And so I pull that out and I set it aside, and I'm going to say, this woman who gave tarot card readings in the 16th century, she's going to come back into the story. And that will be like, oh my gosh, that's targeting me specifically. And I love that because you can't really do it wrongly.
Yeah.
It is just, you can pick and choose all of these different things. I was telling the cast, they choose where to go this season. There's no mission for various reasons, which you'll see if you watch the show. Mm-hmm. But of like the two places that they ended up going so far, I was prepared for 6 more. I was prepared for 6 other. Maybe they go to this person's house again. Maybe they return to this place they've already been. And each one, the book has all of these instances peppered in with stuff to upset them and mess with their heads. And so no matter what, there's like fuel, there's daggers, there's stuff to pull out. And so I've loved it for that reason. And the cast also drives the story. And that's a lot of credit to them, is that really they're the ones who decide to move forward. And so it's not a railroad by any means. It's a sandbox, but they always know what the mission is. They always know what their goal is. And they do a great job pulling that out.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I think folks should definitely check this out. Where should folks go if they want to find this this campaign?
So this campaign of Delta Green's Impossible Landscapes, we do it on Thursday nights on Lost Caravan RPG, which is the Twitch channel name. And you can also find me. I do not shut up about it. If you follow me on Twitter at Doc Rimbo, I'm always posting reminders on the day of, on Thursdays. And our first 2 seasons in full are available on Lost Caravan RPG's YouTube channel.
Excellent. And so I think, I imagine if folks are watching this after that campaign is already finished, they'll probably have the whole thing up on the YouTube, I would imagine.
I would hope so. Yeah. And, sometimes it takes a little while, but hopefully you can go back and find it there.
Yeah.
It's surreal horror. It is the kind of horror where it's not just zombies. It's a zombie of your ex-boyfriend who comes and sits down and has dinner with you.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And just if you're looking at the Lost Caravan RPG YouTube channel and you go through the Delta Green stuff, if you look really hard, you might find a one-shot with me in it.
Yes. We played
go forth and look for that.
Last Things Last. Last Things Last is the name of that one shot, and it was great. It was the perfect intro module where it gave you the most impossible decision at the end, and chaos erupted from it.
Absolutely. No, it's brilliant. So go check that out if you would. Was there anything else you wanted to let folks know before we let you go here?
No, I don't think so. I mean, just at the risk of spoiling anything, have you seen The Yellow Sign? So.
A good question. Have you? Take care, folks. See you suddenly. We have returned.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
All right, so first things first, Grift just learned the rest of what he was trying to learn about the sphere, which is no longer a sphere. So first off, yes.
That's not.
Yeah, yeah.
No, sorry. This is just me
Oh, no, I got it.
inspecting what
Okay.
is now a knife.
Yes. And in a minute, you can describe it because it looks like exactly what Grift wants it to look like. So here is what you have learned, both from attuning to the object itself, also the part of the attunement literally just comes with a flash of knowledge that fills in some of the gaps of the people that you've been questioning. The last bit of it gives you the last bit of it gives you some like physical places to look, and you're seeing things with different eyes now. And so here is what you have got. First off, the object has a name. It is called the Eye of the Shrouded Queen.
Eye of the Shrouded Queen. Knife of the Shrouded Queen, really.
And this next one is going to require me to ask a question of Grift. Let me find it real quick to make sure I know exactly. Here we go. One way or the other, you're going to get this information. Given the nature of this organization, you may not know anything about it in character. And if you don't, you're going to learn about it one way or the other. Does Griff know anything about the Reconciled?
No.
Yeah,
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, like you, Speedy, probably know about the Reconciled. But
Yeah.
okay, so to catch up those that are not familiar with this bit of the setting, it's a group of ghosts that are not your typical angry ghosts. They haven't gone feral, which means they have control over themselves, and they have control over who and when they possess people. The rumors among the people that even have a clue that this group exists are that the Reconciled have, in fact, possessed some really powerful people in the city. So now what we need to figure out is, okay, this is not too difficult, but we've got to figure out how it is. At the end of this, Grift is going to come out of this with knowledge that the Reconciled exist. And we just kind of need to figure out how. Part of it is going to be that you were led to this physical place. You recognize yourself as being in the neighborhood of the place that it was stolen from. You don't know specifically where Connie was, but you know where she was running from when she caught up to you. The knife itself. Okay, so you know how things look different to you when you're in the ghost field. The knife is giving you a touch of that vision without you having to go into the ghost field. It's not full on like when you're in there, but it's giving you a little bit of an overlay almost. Meaning that you're actually the first one to be the beneficiary of your crew's new special ability.
Right.
So what you're seeing now, and it's hazy, but you can make it out, is the building that used to be here. And it's offset from the one that is in the physical realm. But if you're careful, you can kind of move around, except for the parts where a real wall exists. you can move around in the area as if you were in the old house. Um, if you were to do the thing where you fall into the ghost realm, you could fully interact with the old house as if the physical stuff didn't exist, which was not something you were able to do before. This is new. Like, if an old staircase is there, you could literally climb it and be above the ground.
Okay.
So what you're seeing here, though, basically looks like um, it has all the markings of a house with like 3 or 4 roommates in it. But those roommates are clearly ghosts. Um, and you find evidence in here to give you definitely the beginnings of figuring out the nature of some of these ghosts. Because again, you're familiar with ghosts in general. You know the scary ones, and you know the couple that you're not scared of. This feels like a third kind of ghost. This feels like ghosts with a lot more free will than ghosts generally are thought to have.
Okay. Yeah, so I think I would follow this sort of vision and go to this house, and I would shift into the ghost field. And
Okay.
I think to some extent this is like not even something that I'm consciously doing.
Cool.
Like, it is after I attune to this I can just sort of sense it, and I can feel something sort of drawing me there.
Absolutely.
And so I follow it there, and then when I come to this building before me, I shift into the ghost veil. I, ascend the stairs, and there's a part of me that just sort of like, even just being in that room, like, I'm filled with what feels like memories that are not mine.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. And yeah, it does. It becomes it's not impossible to separate the ones that are yours from the ones that are not yours, but you have to make an effort. And the clearest memory you get, and it's probably because you're holding the eye, is that this is the place the eye was stolen from.
Okay. I still almost in a trance, just begin to um look around these rooms for any sign of who was here before.
Because you know Connie and you know sort of her vibes, unsurprisingly, you detect that she was here. Although you probably figured that out already, since
Yeah, I mean, I know that she was here. I think that I think I just sort of inherently know that she was here. I think that the sort of the memory of the sphere
absolutely
gives me that. And I think also the Connie's MO is to not leave a trace. So
Right.
like, me not seeing anything out of order, like, that would indicate something being stolen,
Absolutely
is more proof that like it was definitely her.
100%. The other image that you get, though, is of 2 other people. You realize perhaps after the fact that the people are ghosts, but they are registering to you as just 2. One is definitely Akarosi, but the other one hails from your part of the world.
Tikros. I
And this one has pointed ears and very very small but prominent fangs.
Okay, cool. I I guess am I getting the sense that like this sphere was like here for a long time, like it belonged to these ghosts who also took up residence here until Connie came and took it?
Yeah, it was some kind of anchor.
Okay.
It was important to them. It wasn't vital. They could survive without it, but it was important.
Okay. Um, and as I explore the rooms of this ghostly manor, like, are there, I- do I see ghosts? Are there people here?
Right now, you don't.
Okay.
You definitely detect ghosts having been here recently.
Okay.
You can detect traces of them having moved through the house. And again, they are moving through the house exactly like you're moving through the house.
Right.
Interacting with the old walls and all of that.
Yeah. Okay. Um, I think I slowly start to come back to my senses, and I will uh, leave. Um, and uh, as I start to walk back to our hideout, taking back alleys, staying hidden,
Hmm.
I realize that my hand has not stopped gripping the knife in um, its new form.
Okay.
And I just sort of look down at it for a moment, and I see in it is this uh, beautiful sheer ebony switchblade um, with a um, the hilt is uh, like a somewhat coarse metal with a
Ooh, okay.
an engraving into it, um, and the engraving is a it looks like somewhere between veins and lightning. Like if you've
Nice.
ever seen someone who has been struck by lightning and the scars that
Yeah,
it leaves on them, it's like that.
I like it. Okay.
Um, but it's still sheer black on black. It's just the engraving into it. And like it stirs a memory within my mind of like the uh an image that I had nearly forgotten of my mother and her Tikarosi um like unique
Mm,
attribute was that
nice.
she had these sort of black scars going up her
Oh,
neck.
cool. Okay. I like that a lot.
I come back to the hideout, holding a knife, holding a creepy ass looking knife.
I knew you had it in you.
Um, Hi.
I'm so proud of you.
Um, for what exactly?
Your first stabbing.
Uh, I haven't stabbed anyone, at least not yet. At least
Well,
I don't think so. I hope not.
Will I take it back?
Are you disappointed in me then?
No, I'm not disappointing you. Just that you haven't actually done it yet. You're contemplating it.
Honestly, I'm not sure if I'm even contemplating it. I guess I'm contemplating.
It
I've
takes
got it
time.
though. I don't rightly know what to do with it.
That looks like a special knife, which means it's got to be a special knife. Knife in.
And I think Sharky like upon seeing it can kind of recognize the color and the spiritual resonance of it. um and I just sort of hold it uh up to him.
Ah,
I
I take it something happened then in your progress in studying this item.
I think I understand now a bit. anyways. Still not totally clear on it. But are you familiar with the Reconciled?
Would Sharky be able to have heard of the Reconciled at some point? I don't know.
You're muted. We can't
Am
hear
I?
you.
Can you
Nope,
not hear me?
Brian.
Oh.
Can't hear you.
Sorry about that. That was me. Thank you. Yeah, in the circles you move in, you've heard rumors of essentially what I described before.
Okay.
It seems like one of those things that I feel like it's one of those things that you have heard about, and it's hard to believe that it exists. And also, it is maybe the thing that you would want for your wife. The thing that
yeah.
it sounds like a hopeful wish of people who are, have lost someone and have seen their loved one turn into an angry ghost.
My God. That's something that you only get rumors about occasionally.
I'm not quite sure exactly what this has to do with them. But I think that some reconciled spirits were perhaps the previous owners of this
I see.
Eye of the Shadow Queen. Is that right?
A shrouded queen.
Shrouded Queen?
Ryan, I have an important question.
Yes.
Is this the cult that my former student leaves, if I'm aware of that?
I'm afraid it is.
Okay, great. So, Sharky is going to react to that. I'm sorry. When you started to mention them, did you say the Reconciled's relationship with them was? Did you say what was it you said?
I just said that it seems like it was reconciled spirits who were in possession of this Eye of the Shrouded Queen.
Gotcha. Especially and Sharky's just like, I'm sorry. Could you please repeat the name of that organization? That you found the name of the device of that. Could you repeat the name of that you just said just now, please?
Yes, it's the Eye of the Shrouded Queen.
Eye of the Shrouded
I don't know how I know
Queen.
it. I just know it.
The Eye of the Shrouded Queen. He's starting to pace around the hideout a little bit and just saying to nobody in particular, the Eye of the Shrouded Queen.
Is that like a?
I think you got him rattled.
Shrouded Queen, fabulous.
One of your
wonderful,
more preferred tomes? Is there a folio you know about?
Oh no! This isn't part of that. My God, you think you get as far away. You think you get as far away from your problems as you possibly can. You think that. Never really happens that way. Never. And he just sort of turns around. He's starting to tinker with stuff on a desk for a second. He's just sort of throws it down. He's like, shrouded.
I just whisper at Thistle as the professor is talking to himself. He knows that we're like 3 blocks from the university he was fired from, right?
The shrouded fucking queen.
While he probably knows that, he's not feeling it right now.
Yeah, sure.
I
feel like this.
I need some time off. I need to go.
Ooh.
I need to go and work on. A frame. I think I need to go and work on a frame for a little while.
Ooh, Sharky, is this a holiday?
Oh, that would be nice. That would be great. That would be wonderful.
Are you taking a holiday?
I'm taking something. I don't know if we're going to call it a holiday or if it's going to be called I've got to stop. I've got to stop for just a little bit because
sorry, Professor, if you know something about the cult of the Shrouded Queen. I feel like we should know about it before you disappear to fuck all.
They are led by a particularly headstrong and recalcitrant young person known as Melista.
Oh, the dum-dum.
Yes.
Has he talked about her before?
Well, only after 5 drinks.
Yeah. I still maintain she had potential, just never applied it. Oh my God. My gods, this is not this. Melissa is. She gathered together a number of. Here's the thing. Melissa was trying to find ways around engineering principles instead of actually just working with them. She could have gotten a lot farther, a lot easier that way. No, she apparently had designs to integrate it with a lot of these Shrouded Queen ideals that she and her friends, they were a goddamn extracurricular club. They didn't. No one could have seen what they ended up turning into. It seemed like they were all just having a bit of fun. But no, that's how they all start. They seem perfectly innocent. And then they go and start summoning things, and then, the whole city turns upside down. And the whole lives turn upside down.
I burn cults wholesale before they get started.
That would have been a good idea. No, right. You want to know why it took me so long to make this damn thing, he says, pointing at the devil's ear. Took me that long because I wanted to make sure I was getting it right, because I wasn't completely sure that I wasn't the one. Because I got blamed for it, right? You don't go summoning creatures onto campus.
Is that what she did?
And then blaming your professors for it. And that is what she did. That is what she and her cohorts did. She summoned a shroud of some kind. I assume that makes sense now. Some sort of creature. Some sort of shrouded creature from beyond, far beyond the ghost field, way beyond. But, of course, as I was doing preliminary experiments for things that would eventually become the Devil's Ear, these things showed up. And she and her friends got talking, and of course, that then was blamed on me. Because of my experiments. So I see
mate.
But well, she was rather willful, but it was just one of those things that it was her word against mine, and of course her family had the money to back her, and the investment in the university that it rather turned sideways. They're already looking to get rid of me. They'd been doing so for years. This was an excuse. But no, the Shrouded Queen. My understanding from the various literature that they were fond of bandying about. Just told me that she was there was some sort of prophecy that she was going to come back, I think. I'm not entirely certain. But they were very much about the idea of being able to pierce the veil and reach through and commune with something godlike from before we became what we are now. But no, so it seems that you've got a little piece of their legacy there.
Bloody hells.
I don't know if our mutual friend knew anything about that at the time that the original item was taken, but it does start to make a lot more sense to a certain extent why there was such resistance. So what you have there was exceptionally hard won, if that is indeed the case.
Well, whatever it is, I think it's mine now. And I don't just mean like I've got it, like it was mine before, but this is mine now.
Oh.
Don't know what that means. I imagine they want it back, but I don't know. I don't rightly know if I could even give it if I wanted to.
I always end up cockles deep and it's a cult shit.
Yeah, look, mate, it's all part of the job. Can't steal from a fucking beggar without pissing off a ghost somewhere.
No. This isn't pissing off a ghost. This is like something else. This is like there's like pissing off a ghost. There's like pissing in a ghost cereal, and there's like awakening dead queens from beyond the before times. And you being one with a knife. I just thought you had a good knife. I was proud of you for having a good knife.
Well, shit, mate. I don't know. I wasn't part of the fucking job that stole it in the first place, was I?
Well, look, that's complicated. Nobody was supposed to become one with a knife. That's all I fucking know.
Me. Rift. I implore you. Mm-hmm. I would bury that thing as deeply as I can. Get as far away from it as you can. I think it's only going to bring you trouble.
I might have done it before, but honestly, I feel like it's more trouble to me if someone else finds it now. Just if I drop it, it doesn't stop being a knife, does it? I drop it. This is my first time letting go of it. I can't hear you, Brian. You muted.
Sorry, it is still a knife.
And I can feel it.
Oh yeah.
I just pick it back up quickly.
Yeah. Yeah,
uncomfortably quickly.
Yeah, it is literally like a part of you now.
Well,
I don't think I'm going to be able to find out anything more about this without finding the people who wanted it in the first place.
you're determined? I see.
I have to.
I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. And he picks up the devil's ear. He's putting it on. Just closing his bag and things. I see.
Glad you see, because I don't fucking see, Shark. So
Where are you going?
I have classes to teach. And he's going to...
You got fired. Where are you teaching?
In the junkyard! And he's going to take his bag and he's just going to stalk out. And I think that probably Thistle might see this, I guess, depending on where the exit is. But as Sharky is sort of trying to stalk out, you can tell he actually is, he's teared up a bit, which he's trying not to show. Because he does not want to see this happen to somebody else. He does not want to see this happen again.
Oh, God damn it, Sharky. Fuck.
Where the fuck is Weaver?
Securing more allies, or getting leads on a new job. The things she does.
Sure, whatever it is, it's bloody important. Fucking better be. She's got some fucking questions to answer.
I feel like Thistle does a lot of covering for Weaver when she's gone. Like, she's doing important stuff over there. And, just...
Do you actually know the stuff that she's doing, or are you just trying to make it sound like you know?
I mean, he usually does. When he doesn't, he still is like, she's doing stuff and things, because that's their relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it makes sense that you'd be like, she's telling you like, I'm going to do this thing. If you don't hear from me in a few days, you know what to fucking do.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, she's off doing some things. She's still she's still got time.
I just say, well, she better fucking hurry back. And I just like sit down in the corner, and I hold the knife in my hands, and just run my finger along the blade and sulk for a while, considering it.
That is the worst position to be in. Oh my fucking God.
By the way, the knife, you know your way around knives. This thing is okay. This thing makes razors look dull, but when you run your finger across it, it does not cut you.
Oh, it's convenient, I suppose. I just run it along the inside of my palm just to verify that like no blood at all.
Yeah, you could feel the pressure, but it does not cut you.
And I just do that for a while.
Yep, just a sad little guy.
Yep.
Just palming a knife in the corner. That's what I want to see.
I look in the corner of the other corner of the room, and I see the fucking cabbie that's been here the whole time. What the fuck do you want?
Hell yeah, like Greg.
One moment, please.
All right, Greg.
Oh yeah, like Greg. He ain't do anything to you. The fuck are you doing?
I feel like we shouldn't have had this conversation in front of Greg.
That's the best thing when just a guy in the corner, he's like privy to all kinds of bullshit.
Yeah, that's true. Those cabbies blend in.
Cabbies are known to be discreet.
Yeah.
Unless they're paid more by someone else.
That's a good point.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were finished. Everything, I reckon you were having a bit of a moment, so I didn't want to bother you with any of that.
Why are you still here?
Well, had to lay low for a little bit, didn't I? After that,
Yeah, I guess.
after
I
that bloke
suppose-
just, released, turned my vehicle into a ghost distribution system. One of them
Right,
things
yeah.
possessed a carriage that's still following me.
The carriage is following you?
Yeah.
I mean, ain't that a good thing for you?
No, not this one. It keeps trying to wreck into me. Not good at all.
I mean, that seems like standard fare for most of the cabbies I ever met.
It's possible. Might have been a... Oh, no, might have been a... Oh, no, might have been a rival or something when they were alive. I don't know. It's possible. You never know. But, I don't know. I'd say, it's just one of them... one of them things, I suppose. But yeah, no, I was just here waiting to see what was going to come of any of this stuff. It sounds
What do you
like
make of it?
you've got things to do. So, well, what do I make of it? It sounds like you've got. It sounds like you've got trouble.
Yeah, I suppose we do. And you're fucking part of it now, mate.
All right. Why was this? Why all these ghosts keep just keep showing up? I mean, it's like you lot are a magnet for them or something.
Look, I don't know nothing about that. All right.
Yeah. No, I don't know neither. I've got in any case, I got to do something. I was reckoning if maybe we could. Maybe this is something we can turn into something because I got to get some. I got to get a little bit further up because we kind of made things a little bit less certain with me and the cabbies. So I just got to have something nice to bring back to him. Make things a little better. If that would be at all helpful, So that way I can continue to have my job.
You just need some coin, or is it something cabbies would want?
Well, I suppose I reckon there's some things. We can talk about it. It's just a few possible things we can look into, But that aside, it sounds like you've got a major thing here. But my only advice I would say is, just you try to keep things a bit more silent, a bit quiet like, and then you can you've got a weapon there, you can go in and get a good stab in when you need to, right?
Yeah. See, I like you, Greg.
You got to do what you got to survive, right?
Thistle.
Hey, I am quiet.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you need me, if you want, I can go and ask around a little bit. See if anyone's had any sight of these shrouded folk.
Yeah, I mean, you're the fucking man.
Put me ear to the ground, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, surely these fuckers hire a cabbie from time to time.
Oh yeah. All types. They all do, sooner or later.
Everyone
And they
needs a coat.
all talk.
Best ones is the ones that don't think just forget you're there. Nice them.
Well, yeah. Put your ear to the ground. See what you can find. I don't rightly know what to do next. The professor seems like he'd probably have a good idea of wherever the fuck his student lives, but, well, don't know when we'll be seeing him again.
Oh, we got a name. She's got money. Names
That's
and money
true.
go together. We just gotta.
Oh yeah.
Broig might know something or another too, but
Oh yeah.
Give that professor fella time. He'll be all right. I think eventually.
I mean,
You just got to adjust.
far as things go, I don't think the professor will want to see it. So we should probably
Fair enough.
deal with her before Sharky gets back. That way Sharky won't have any issues with it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that'd be a nice little welcome home gift, I suppose. I'm not too worried about Sharky. He's look, the man said he was gonna fucking run off and teach a class. It's not like he's going on a bender.
Oh, just you wait. No.
Teaching bender.
Yes.
We're gonna find him like a week later trying to desperately teach engineering to rats.
Right.
The
Like
most
Timothy
terrifying
Leary.
thing is they'll have built something.
Oh no.
Fucking rats and Nim over here. Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's what Duskfall needs.
Yeah.
Super intelligent rats. All right. Do we want to wrap here and then we can discuss? I've got some ideas to throw out at you, but I also want to kind of have a conversation about what the next score is. But I feel like we could do that on Discord if that's okay.
Yeah.
This is getting a little
Yeah,
late. Do we want to do XP now or do we want to do it over Discord?
We're okay on time. I wouldn't mind doing
Okay,
it
if you're
right
good.
now.
That way, when it's fresh, that just seems like a good idea.
I do.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
I mean, I feel like everyone knows the drill right now. By now, just look at your sheets and look at the things at the bottom. Oh, did you already add your XP for last time? Everyone?
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right, just making sure.
I actually
So remember
realized
that-
I had added too much XP, and so I
Oh, did you?
revised it, and then I
Oh,
fixed
okay.
it. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I misread a crew XP thing as it, and so,
I've done that.
Yeah.
All right, so so Jim, in this case, just as a reminder, you're still doing the professor's XP
Yes.
because just the FYI. But let's see. Do we want to go around, or do y'all want to just kind of look at them and figure it out? Let's see.
Sure, I can go first.
Okay.
So no desperate actions. Dress a
Oh, yeah.
challenge with stealth or evasion.
Actually,
I don't.
no, you did. I would call sneaking around in the ghost house stealthy.
Okay, yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
one. Belief strives heritage or background
Oh, so much.
twice. Yeah, at least.
At least
Probably
twice.
more than twice.
More than
2
twice.
XP.
Yeah.
Struggle with issues from your vice or trauma. I mean,
Well, actually, that's what got you back into this problem in the first place was going back and stealing stuff with Connie. So
yeah,
I think you did. All right.
yeah. I mean, well, sorry. What do you mean by that?
Well, because you were
In my indulging my vice, you mean?
yeah.
So yeah, in indulging my vice, like I definitely I overindulged and I
Exactly.
did bad stuff because of it. So
Right.
definitely.
It got you
for
into
that.
worse trouble. So yeah, that counts. You should get XP for that.
Cool.
All right. So you got yours. You're getting close. Yeah, you'll have another advancement coming up. All right, who wants to go next?
Let's see here.
Mr. Templeton.
Let's see here. I already did my desperate actions during game. Let's see here. At the end of this, see here.
Oh
I
yeah, you got
addressed
those up. Yeah.
Yes, here. Address the challenge with violence or coercion.
Yes. That was the. Yeah. In fact, you did it multiple times because you had to. It wasn't terribly successful, but it was the reduce heat. That's literally what you did.
So I ping.
Yep.
Yay. And
All right, let's
then-
go ahead and do the others to see how far over you get.
and see here. So I would have gotten 2 XP for that because I did it twice. I expressed
Right.
my beliefs, drives, and heritage, and my background.
Yeah, I think you did that. I don't think you got issues from your vice though, did you? You
No,
no, you fully enjoyed it, but I wouldn't say struggled.
no, I didn't struggle this game.
Okay. All right, so look over your options and choose a new special ability.
I will. I would say maybe struggled with it a little bit in when you were talking about becoming immortal. and
Oh,
decided
well. Oh,
not
my
to-
gosh.
You decided you don't want to do that because you wouldn't be able to taste good food.
You know what? I agree. Yeah, one more
Sure.
XP for that. I totally agree. That's a good
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Like, yeah, great idea. Oh no.
Oh, that sounds. Yeah. Suddenly, that sounds very bad. Maybe I don't want to do that. All right. So back to our leech. Let's see.
Yeah. Addressed a challenge with technical skill or mayhem.
Yes.
I think feel like a couple of times because one
Yep.
was figuring out the thing about what device to make, and then about the
And the other one
whole
was
spirit
reducing the heat. You actually literally
yeah.
used Tinker to reduce the heat.
Yeah.
Remarkably well,
thing.
in fact.
Yay!
So yeah, that's 2 for that for sure.
And you expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Yeah, you think maybe?
I love
That all
RP
came pouring out
episodes.
at the end.
Yeah. Yeah,
I love that we get XP for RP.
I do too. So yeah, give yourself 2 for that for sure. You did it more than once.
Okay.
And
that brings me
also, I
around.
think you get at least 1 for the vice and traumas. Well, no, not traumas, but
Yeah. At the end, yeah.
I feel like 1 for the vice. Does that seem right to
Yeah.
you? Okay.
I think so, because that's just he's basically avoiding his problems by retreating into teaching at this
Yeah,
point. And
absolutely.
it's like, no, I can't do this
No,
again.
I think that
can't.
works. Yeah.
As he remembers when Connie got herself killed, and he doesn't want this to happen
Yep.
again.
And I like it that that's what drove him to the sabbatical too. That makes sense. That was
Yeah.
a nice bit of story there.
Yeah. I did mean to. Everybody okay? I was just about that. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
No, that was great. That was perfect.
That's,
Yeah.
that's great.
I love that stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, glad to hear it. All right. I think that's it for XP, and that's okay. So like I said, between now and next time on Discord, and this way Noctua can chime in too, which I think is good. We'll discuss. Like I said, I've got some ideas to throw out, but I also I'm going to ask you some questions about what kind of score you might want to do. Right now, I feel like we're leaning towards learning more about the knife and the stuff around it. But I've got a few ideas that might be able to tie that into a different thing too. So anyway, we'll talk. I'll get some ideas from you. I'll throw some ideas at you, and I think that's pretty much it for here. Anybody else got anything?
Do we do crew XP?
Oh, we did not do crew XP. Thank you for the reminder. Oh yeah, that's a thing. Let's do that.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
I don't think we didn't execute any operations. So
Not this
that
time.
one.
No, you didn't do it.
Challenges above our current station, probably not.
Well, hang on.
We didn't really contend with challenge. We learned about problems in this.
No, that's true. Well, except no, you kind of actually no, because of the way the heat is working on you right now, and even though it got quashed, that plus the fact that Grift asking around about stuff is bringing more attention to the crew. I'll give you a point for that one. Do you want me to mark those since I've got it open?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So that's 1. Most of your crew's reputation. You're on the verge of developing a new one, of being the weird ghost crew. But
I mean, I feel like the honorable reputation we're hitting pretty good with our ghost friends
multiple times, and not just the ghost friends, also with still with your with your mortal friends. I mean, Greg came back. He feels like you could be trusted.
Yeah.
And for that matter, Asperia, even though she felt that you were honorable enough that even though she let something slip, she resisted. She didn't just blab.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, why don't we do 2 for that one? I think that works. And then I'm feeling maybe 1 for. Oh well, actually no, maybe 2. Crap, you may have got another advancement.
Goals, drives, interconflict. That was 2 for sure.
That's 2. No, you're 100% right.
We were arguing about the what to do with the core at the beginning, and there was
absolutely right.
Definitely conflict at the end.
Well, yeah, at the beginning and the end, the whole thing was no, you're 100% right. Well, guess what? You've got a new one. So once again, wow, that was quick.
Yeah, we'll decide on that in Discord probably. So
yeah, we'll talk about it in Discord. But just as a reminder, it's either 2 upgrade squares or 1 new special ability.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
I am torn between Ghost Fighter and Savage because of what Speedy said. Speedy's like, every time you say something, I'm a little more afraid.
Oh, that would fit. Either one would fit. But yeah, that is a good point. All right, yeah, let us know which one you pick later. I love that idea. All right, but yeah, that's it for me. Anybody else? I think we're good. All right.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Thanks for playing. That was fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. That was very cool. Well, this is neat. I'm going to look forward to playing Greg next week, just to see how things go with that mission. I'm playing using. I talked to Brian about this ahead of time, but I'm playing using a playbook that I found on Reddit. Heavens help me.
I looked it over. It's a pretty cool playbook, actually.
And so it's specifically this is a playbook for a getaway driver type who also socializes. So
No. I thought the playbook was going to be named Greg. That would be great.
I'm playing the Greg playbook.
It's just
yes.
Greg. Hey, everybody,
Yes.
it's the Greg.
It's the
Special
Greg. I'm
abilities,
playing.
Greg yourself.
I'm playing Greg. He is the playbook, the Greg. But yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll put the link down in Twitch
Oh,
chat
good.
for anyone here who's curious about the playbook I'm going to be playing next week. But yeah, we'll go ahead and go around and do our outros. Feel free to plug anything you like. Tell folks where they can find you and any final thoughts you have about this session. And we will start with our GM, Brian.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm Brian. This session is the most fun I've ever had doing downtime in a Forge in the Dark game. So thank you. That was awesome. And I don't think there's anything else to say about that. That was cool. And I like the fact that you all role played enough to get a bunch of experience points out of downtime. This is what happens when you don't rush through downtime. You can actually pick up more XP. And also, from my point of view, it's a lot more fun because we get to play more. So yeah, as far as finding me on social media, I'm Vaclam on all the things, VAKLAM, mostly on Blue Sky these days, and that's it. And we'll see you next week.
Excellent. Well, now we shall go around to Hollow.
Hey, I'm Hollow. You can find me on Blue Sky at Hollow Invective. You can also find me on Twitter at Hollow Invective. And you can find me Sundays with other Doc, Alas for the Angry Void, and playing a very different character, playing a merchant there, a very soft-spoken merchant who has nothing to do with violence, only incidentally.
No, nothing.
Look, only incidentally, only when I run away from it.
He threw not a single punch himself.
I yelled a lot, and then I ran.
That sounds like one of my characters.
And by yelling, I went, "Hey, this isn't right. Bye."
Awesome. Was there anything else you need to let us know?
Nope, and that's it.
No. Awesome. All right, and finally over to Speedy.
Hello, I have been Speedy, playing as Grift. I'm super happy to be here. This was most fun session so far. I love RP moments. I love all of the lore we're unraveling. It's great. I'm having a great time. You can find me online as Not So Speedruns on all the socials media. I'm not doing much in the gaming sphere to follow, but if I ever am doing something, you'll hear about it on Twitter. Thanks so much.
Yay! Awesome. This is good. This is so good. I can't wait. Is it Thursday yet? I think is the appropriate question now. But as for me, who am I? That's a great question. I'm Greg. I'm Jim. You can find me at OtherDoc on Twitch, YouTube, and most social media platforms. Wherever I am not OtherDoc, I'm Jim Yes That Jim. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where you can find my Geek Observation podcast and links to my various other podcasts, audio dramas, writings, and such. Down below, you can access my website, social media links, YouTube channel, and various other things. As hinted at, yes, this Sunday we have Alas for the Angry Void. We were not able to play last time, but due to real life, but hopefully we'll be able to do so this Sunday. And Sunday afternoons as we continue our saga in deep space. Things are happening on this planet, and things are about to get just a tad more volatile because of the things that have been happening on this planet. And so we'll get to see what happens. I can't wait. And then, of course, on Thursdays, next Thursday, actually, before this, if with any luck, if Lucci is available, we'll try to get in some time playing the old Deadline text adventure, see if we can continue to try to solve that case. And then after that, in the evening, more of this, where we shall return, and we'll see about doing another job. So I'm very excited to see what that's going to be.
Mostly knives and goats.
Knives and goats. That's I have to name the goats, don't I? I haven't named the goats yet. I have two goats.
Yeah.
I have two goats. I gotta name them.
I'm looking forward to it.
I have I took my friend is that I took under Clever Friends is also a stable hand.
Okay.
So to tie into the stuff that Thistle was doing before.
Oh, nice.
And,
that'll work.
I
Then
thought you were going to say your friend is a goat.
No, my friend is also a goat. I have goat friends because of this stable hand.
Oh, fair point. Okay.
And then my enemy is Vestine, a possessed carriage.
Oh, no, wow.
So
that's the one. Okay.
That's the one.
I'm afraid it is, yes. That's hilarious.
So I think that's going to be fun as that unravels.
I like it.
I can't wait. I can't wait. And so that's I think that's going to be awesome. We do have some one-shots of It Came from the Late Show coming up in later this month. We'll be on Tuesday nights, and I will talk more about that as we get closer to it, but it's coming. This evening, tonight, sign-ups end. This is the last day of sign-ups for May one-shots that I'm going to be doing of Monster of the Week using their Gothic Century setting that's in their Codex of Worlds. So if anyone is interested in doing some Powered by the Apocalypse Victorian-era monster hunting, now is the time to sign up. This is sign-ups will close in the morning when I wake up. I'm going to leave them open tonight, and then when I get up in the morning, I will close sign-ups officially, and then start figuring out casting. So you have just a tiny bit more time, should you wish to do that. Feel free to either go down below here on Twitch if you're watching on Twitch and click on RPG sign up, or go to JimYesThatJim.com and click on Game Sign Up. As always, beginners are welcome. When we hit the end card, we're going to do a raid over to... we had an interview about that Delta Green campaign earlier. That's happening right now over on Lost Caravan. So we're going to go over there and say hi to them, because they are still streaming right now. They'll probably be doing it a little bit longer because they usually run long. Feel free to hang on if you're so inclined and say hi to them with us. That, again, will be when we hit the end card. In the meantime, folks, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and we'll catch you next time. Farewell.